Hello, welcome to Animal Audit Corner. I'm sorry, I had a lot. I had I had a lot going yesterday, and I couldn't bring my art therapy segment with you. So I moved it to today, but I'm still going to have my cooking segment later on. But however, I'm here to do one of my projects with you. As you know, I am not a therapist, so don't take this literally. I am not one. So if you really feel like you need mental health care, go to my link down below and check in with that. Now the one I highly recommend is NAMI. They'll definitely get you to a mental health facility. Okay, now I am ready to paint for you. So here we go. Oh, darn it. I got a bent up paint brush. So let's do it. All right. Got the yellow. Okay, there we go. I got the ruby red, if that's what it's called. All right. I got the blue. And each time shake it as you go along. And if you go out to paint class, I really highly recommend it. It is just so fun and just so cool. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. And is there a lot going on in the SPTV world? Oh my gosh. I think I have come about a couple of things at the test center in Hollywood, California. I think it's in Los Angeles, in Los Angeles, California, at the test center. One of the security guards, I am not kidding, pushed a young woman into the test center. And then her boyfriend got bothered by it, so he tried to get in to get her out. He kept shaking the door and all that. What happened at the end? You know what? I don't know. It's just a short, so I don't know. But if you know, and well, got no comments, but I will. I guess I will eventually find out. I don't know what happened after. So hopefully I'll find out. Or if you know, you can just come up on the chat and fill me in. But it is such an awful thing for anyone to do. I am just beside myself with that. It's unbelievable what some people would do in this world. And if it's Scientology, no shocker there. That was done last year. So in 2024, when I first came about this whole issue. So nothing surprises me anymore. Does Hollywood surprise me? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But with Tom Cruise, a totally brainwashed. And Aaron turned around and said he's the victim and the perpetrator. It's horrible. And we all know horrible things happen all the time. But at the same time, you know what? If things happen like that in Hollywood, everybody gets disappointed because guess what? A lot of the Hollywood celebrities, half of them, not all of them, are going to prison. Look at Danny Masterson. He raped several women while in Scientology, and Scientology did nothing. They just let him run loose, and Tom Cruise did not denounce it at all. It is what it is. But there are good people who are in show business that do good things. Yeah. There's really not a whole lot you can do about the horrible ones. But little by little, some of them are going off to prison. Look at Phil Spector. He's sitting in prison. Well, actually, did he die? I think he might have died. Oh, geez. Well, I'll check up on that. Okay. I'm going to start to paint my glass. I'm going to do this for the next hour. And then each day by day, every Friday, I'm going to keep on painting this until the end. And then I'll come up with another project and I'll bring it to you on Friday. I'll actually trace it up too. And am I working on getting a new computer? I'm going to take it by ear. So, all right. And what's next for me on the next trail? I'm doing several projects right now, and I'm trying to keep up with the SPTV and Scientology world. And okay, to actually try and get more volunteers. And what else is there? Yeah, so far I'm checking in with one college. And since I'm older, I'm actually trying to encourage college students to actually follow their own path, and young people to actually go to college and make a living. I mean, make a living after they graduate. But you know what? With me, I just wanted a career in show business. So after high school, I just went pursuing. Now, I did get gigs, and it was a good amount, not an awesome or excellent amount, but I had a fairly good resume. I was paid a couple of times, and I didn't mind working another job because guess what? What you have to do. Not everybody makes it into show. But then in 2005, I went back to school when my supposed career slowed down. So I went back. I really wanted to be an instructor for a kindergarten school, but I'm still waiting to get back in it. And but am I going to get a job working as an aide? Yes, but where, I'm not going to say it because I know what's going to happen next. So maybe it'll happen, maybe not. Hopefully it won't happen. Because guess what? It's my life and it's your life. And the computer in front of me is a material item. It doesn't replace another life. And I still do have family, even though I don't have kids of my own. I have a couple of nephews and nieces, and the other ones are not biologically my nieces and nephews, even though, yeah, they know that their cousins know that I'm their aunt, of course. Some of them are married with their own children. But however, my 2 nephews and niece, they love me. So if they suddenly lost me, it'll be a blow to them. And my brother, yeah, he'll still get upset, even though we have, yeah, an unusual relationship. Well, I mean, we try to get along. And yeah, we do. We try to be so cordial to one another. We try. And we just don't give up on each other either. I mean, yeah, I mean, he is a little mean, but he did give me a roof over my head. And I do pay my rent. I mean, I do pay rent. At first, I did work a job and pay for it. And this is with him. And yeah, we do go back and forth, and he does get mean. But then at the same time, I don't listen, and it aggravates him because he aggravates me. And yeah, we try real hard to get along. Of course, I got my faults too that I have to work on myself. And I'm not trying to turn this into a reality show. In fact, I don't even watch a reality television. I got enough of my own problems since I have ADHD and bipolar. Okay. Yeah. And what else is next? I have another project. I'm not going to mention what it is at the moment. Okay. And what else is going on? Okay, let me see. Of course, I told you my niece is married. Hopefully, I have something blue for her. And yeah, it's different. And as you know, the IAS event is coming up for Scientology, and Alex is definitely going to have his protest. So if you not, he's got to go ahead with the protest since he has his own freedom of speech. But if you want to join in, you talk to Alex. And let's see what else is going on. All right. And What else is shaking in the world? Okay. And let's see. Yeah, Laura's tune. Let me think. Yeah, I just love Laura's music. It's so great. It's out there, and she's really expressing herself with the music and Scientology and what it was like being in Scientology. She just lets her feelings out through her music. And of course, you know what Scientology did to her. They got her father to do a hate video. It's horrible. And Scientology's been hiding for years. And nobody knew what they were doing until the internet. Internet really made the difference. And of course, since I have bipolar and mania, that's a part of my bipolar, I'm not going to always understand each and everything around me. And it really pissed me off that they've been lying for years, especially with people who don't understand. I was boiling when I found out. It was unbelievable. You know what? I should get based on that tonight. Actually, come on. It's unreal. And now everything is going up in prices, going up, as you know. And now I'm hearing future about money, and it's not existing in the future. Is that possible? It could be. Now, is there such thing as psychics? With me, if you're getting paid for it, it's not worth it, and it's just, yeah. But if you have it by nature, but anyone can tap into it. Do I know every single thing that's going on? No. But if it comes to me, yes, I will tell you. But you know what? Money in the future, by the time we're dead, it looks like money's going to be gone in the future, and we're going to see different things happen. The world's going to change as we advances. It's, of course, has also been all over the internet, but it looks like AI is going to take over each and every industry. Now, it's dangerous, and now I hope people are still going to be on Earth. But so far, it's said that AI is going to dominate. Now, it's in our hands. Now, if AI is put out there, then that's it. It's over for us. But now we do have a chance for our children and grandchildren to make it into this world without AI destroying everybody and everything on Earth. Now it's up to us. Now get in touch with all the scientists dealing with AI and tell them to just stop tampering with AI and disassemble their projects altogether, because it's ridiculous that they're actually using all of this to actually get a chance chance to be playing with little toys every time they get bored. People need jobs to be productive. I mean, if money disappears in the world, that's one thing, but having AI is another, and it could be dangerous. So everybody band together and tell the scientists to disassemble the projects, all computerized, and in computers, that's another thing. But we cannot have human AIs because there's no feelings behind it. And they're capable of destroying everyone and everything on Earth. And is there going to be pets in the future? Pets are going to be a lot different in the future. That's what I'm hearing. Of course, that's on the internet. Okay. Now I got to get a black magic marker. And not the washable kind. If you're actually trying to make a glass art, they are community classes that you can take. Go right ahead. With me, I've been an artist, and of course I've been acting. My family hates the idea, but you know what? They say one thing, but I do another. That's just what me. And you know what? I love it, so I do it. Now, is there money in this? Well, with me sometimes. In the past, I did get paid a couple of times, and right now I'm not getting paid. So I have to find things to keep me productive, and then the next school year I'll apply for a job as a teacher's aide. Now I'm not going to waste my education, and everything's done. I'm actually sending off my manuscripts. I am planning on overcoming each and every obstacles that are in my way. And that's what I'm going to do. I can't let anything hold me back, especially my brother. I mean, we're the only two left. It's unbelievable. Now, yesterday on the internet, they had stories about Mary, the Virgin Mary. And they said that she was a virgin her entire life when she gave birth to Jesus Christ. But however, I'm not going to spam anything down anyone's throat. Now, several projects like A&I, the internet, are coming up with two entirely different stories. They're saying that one project saying that he did have half brothers and sisters, but the internet saying he had half brothers since Joseph had one other marriages, and they said he had 3 or 4 half brothers. But A&E says that he also not only had half brothers, but he had half sisters. Happened years ago. Do I care? Actually, yeah, I do. And when you marry into a family and you have half brothers and sisters, I see that as Not as a whole sibling, but still a brother and a sister. That's what Donald Trump got out of it with his marriage to Marla Maples. Had Tiffany. Of course, now she got married. Is she having any babies? I don't know. But am I a big Trump supporter? No, I'm not. To this day, I don't think he knows what he's doing. He's just doing that. I think he's in his presidency to show off. That's what he's doing. And I added him into my project. Do I want any backlash from it? No, I don't. But however, things might happen like that when you do right things like that. But at the same time, I went back to school. I learned how to write. I'm not going to waste it. So I'm going to try my best to get my work out there, no matter what. Even if my work gets rejected, well, guess what? I'm going to put them all on the internet. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to waste an education. Alrighty. Now, it was, I think, I got on. Now, I'm going to have my brother and one other guy working on my broil, so I'll be on and off all day. And of course, I can't have any distractions because of my ADHD. I have to keep my concentration. So there might be a chance that I may be on a little late. So I do have 4:45 on my schedule. Now, if my phone suddenly rings and it's my brother, I'm going to answer. So hopefully he doesn't call when I'm now. Am I going to try hard at get my name on the SPTV space? Yes, I will. Will I do anything for it? Maybe, maybe not. Because is it important for me to be on it? Well, no, but then at the same time, in my heart and in spirit, I would feel like I'm in that community. And my heart will be behind each and every Scientologist in Scientology. And my heart will be with each and every cult member in other cults. Now, everybody, don't join any cult because it's a controlled environment and you do not want people controlling you. You have your own mind. You have to use it yourself. You cannot let people treat you like you're a piece of garbage being thrown out. You can't let them do that. Do I feel that way with my brother? Well, does he gaslight me? It looks that way. But at the same time, I want to defend him. He's my brother. He's still my brother. He's always going to be my brother. He is family. And you should treat family very well. Even though if they appear not to be very well, then try your best and get your sibling to try your best. Now, the marriage thing that I always wanted to get married and have children, yes, but it looks like it didn't turn out that way. Now, there are two ways why I didn't have it. I didn't try hard enough. And I think it might, I don't have any proof and there's nothing to support it, that my brother had and my sister-in-law had something to do with it, but I have no proof. Is my sister-in-law involved with that? No, she's not. It doesn't look that way at all. My brother, possibly. Does he want me to be happy? I don't know. Even though he's going to say. So I'm not going to mention my sister-in-law's name or my brother's name because they don't want me to actually just say their names. They don't want me to actually tell anyone what their phone number is or where they live. Now, where they live, I won't say it, but one time I messed up with the phone number. He got a little upset. So I'm like, okay, I'll say, no, well, this isn't his phone number, and then that'll be the end. I won't. That's the mistake I made. What else is going on? You know what? Let me try these colors. Now, they said that, although it's see-through, but some of it did appear on there. It's fairly light, but at the same time, the colors that I used before are very light. Let me see here. Okay, maybe I'll try to use this color right here. If it doesn't work, then I'll paint over it. If it does, then, well, I mean, there are some left here, but some of these did dry out. But I got the accurate paint this time, so yeah, that's one thing. Don't get the wrong paint. There. Now, is it going to work? We'll see. But most of the colors that I'm using is all blue, yellow, green, and ruby red. Now, it did say this paints glass and materials, fabrics, and all that. But is it the right one? Probably not. I'll see if I can use this blue. I'm going to let it dry and then see how it works out. But the paint that I was using before I was using this is working out better than this. So I'm going to get this from now on. Am I going to have a business painting other people's glasses? You know what? I'm going to live that up to my journey. I want to see where my journey ends up in. Because I love having a journey in my life's challenges. That's the person that I am. I've had that my entire life. And of course, life is a journey. There's always something at the end. Even if something works out or not, we learn to actually adjust to it. Because this is what, not only about the cults and Scientology, it's also about life's journey. So, now, I think it's exciting to find out what's next in that journey. And it's just something I love. Always find out what's next. That's what life is all about. Now, I turned 55 in June. Of course, I'm a middle-aged woman. Now, is this considered considered old? Doesn't look like it in today's standard. But yes, I will be older than middle age, and it looks like that's the way it appears. Now, everyone's going to get older in life, and eventually it's going to advance. Your age is going to advance, whether you like it or not. I mean, if you're 21 and watching this, you're not going to stay 21 forever, no matter how much you love it. But savor each and every one. With me, I did that. I went ahead and just did it. Now, as for personal life and marriage, I'm thinking now, am I supposed to be with this one guy that I met when I was 14? It might have been possible. It might have been possible. Because if God wanted you and nature wanted you to be with that person and you're not, and you realize it at the end, it doesn't make much difference anymore. Because guess what? You're not going to be with that person. So if you love the person and you're together now, go with that person, because that's your person that nature, Mother Earth, and God gave you. So just go along with that. So now, did I like this guy? Yeah. But when I was 14, you're under your parents' care, and you're 21 now. Take it day by day, and then when you turn 20, make a decision, but wait till you're 28 to get married. That's the age I wanted to be when I got married, but I never had it. And I'm now wondering if that guy was supposed to be the person for me, but guess what? We're both older now, and he's so far away from me. So I deal with it. If we run into each other in the future, then that's the destiny that you need. And there's nothing anyone can say about it. But if we were in the same room together, then it might have been possible we'd be together today. But you know what? It happens. You can't change a thing unless God and nature, Mother Earth, wants you to be together. So that's just the way things are. All right. I'm going to see what happens. Now, if I'm boring you, I'm sorry, but I have one day where I give a thought to every single thing on earth. And do I love God and Jesus? Yes. Do I love earth and other earthly possessions, not material-like possessions? Yes, because they're there for a reason. You see these trees, they're there for a reason. They give us oxygen. All right. Okay. I'm going to see how that turns out. If not, then I'm going to paint over. So, yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to go on to painting. Painting ruby red. Okay. Now, when you check into a mental health facility, I highly recommend art therapy if they got it. If not, then if you want to request it, see if they will give you a name. But it is a great thing, and I do highly recommend it. Oh, it might be Patrick. Let me see. Yes, it's my repair guy. He's putting in my boiler. I had no hot water. So finally I get hot water to shower. And I stink right now. Taking a shower in a week because of my boiler being gone. So it's funny. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm going to switch my bracelet to the other side. Now, I don't wear much jewelry, but when I'm usually a righty, and of course, I can't use my right hand to actually rest it if I'm painting, but so I switch it to my left hand. Oh boy. And how long we've been on? We've been on for about 44 minutes already. And it's great. And yeah. Never let people control you. Now, I'm trying my best not to let my brother control me, but you know what? That's the way he is. Got that from my father, but he's resting now. Hopefully he's in heaven. I know he's in heaven because he loves God with all his heart. So I think he's up there. He's up there with the angels. And so great. And how did I feel when my father died? Wish I can tell you how I felt, but I'm gonna keep this to myself. Okay, that's the guy working downstairs, so it's either hear the noise or not having hot water ever again. So that's just the way it goes. So, and I don't want to stink as a weed. You know what? I'm going to have to get some base because I'm not looking so good on camera if I'm not wearing base. So I will get my base. But am I going to get a Chromebook? Yes. There's nothing nobody can say about it. But guess what? If you want something, get it yourself, because guess what? You might have a sibling that's going to control everything you have. Because right now, my brother has a parental control on everything I have. Do I like it? No. I despise it. So I'm just, and I can't get into try hard to actually get YouTube Studio on that, but I can't. So it looks like I'm gonna have to. Ugh. Things siblings do sometimes. Do we try and get along? Yes, we try to put effort into it. Okay. Now, let me think. Sorry about the dead air, almost. So that's just it. All right. Okay, let me think. So, if you want something, get it yourself, because you don't know what your sibling. Some people get along and say, here's a computer. Don't give any questions to it. But you know what? It's a better idea to get it yourself and not have people get things for you. With me, I try hard. And of course, part of my therapy is actually doing everything for yourself. I am trying. Does it do me any good? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Because I do have the tendency of being stubborn too. So, okay. And is this a trying to turn it into one? But all right. And does Scientology like the fact that everybody's talking about them? No. They hate it. They want everything secret. They're working they have slave labor and told them that they're volunteering and saving the world. They're not volunteers. They're working manual labor. And guess what? David Miscavige should pay for that whole thing. He still owes people money. $47 is not going to get anybody anywhere. They need a second job. And of course, guess what? They're going to get exhausted and then take it out on another person. Now, and at the same time, they have sleep deprivation and they're brainwashed. And that's another form of brainwashing. So, am I trying to understand what they're actually going through? Yes. But at the same time, they can't help themselves. They are going to lash out. Of course, I would lash out if I am deprived of sleep. And so would everybody else. Of course, when they start mouthing off and attacking you verbally, then yes, it's a normal reaction to actually respond to something like that. And of course, if somebody walked up to me like that while protesting, I'd be the same way as the protesters. And of course, the only time Aaron got angry is put their hands on his stuff. It's understandable. I get angry too. And of course, you know Scientology. They would think that they're the victims. But no, they're not. Upper management and David Miscavige are not victims. They're the perpetrators. Yeah, that's right, David Miscavige. You're the perpetrator. Is he a crime boss? Yes, he is, most definitely. Is he like the mafia? No. Because guess what? If he puts his hands on another made man and the crime commission had knowledge of it, that's it. It's the end of his life. So, no, I do not think that Scientology is like La Cosa Nostra. No. Because if they did what Scientology is doing right now, it'd be a bloodbath. So, no, they're not like La Cosa Nostra. If you hear that, disregard it. But I wouldn't completely disregard anything that Ashley says. Now, she got it right on target that the mob does not go on breaking up families. She is dead on. She is just right. Now, I don't think she's condoling anything that they're doing wrong. She's not condoling it at all. She's just pointing it out. that they don't break up families like Scientology does. She is on target. She got that right. But she thinks they're worse, and no, because nobody's dead the next day. But she got it dead on when they said they don't go around breaking up families. And the mafia is like a family-like atmosphere. Now, one made man is allowed to put their hands on another made. There's a fight, they'll both be dead the next day. Of course, there's evidence of it. Police often find it with those guys. But they are, Dominic, according to him, he's saying that the mob is softening up. And he should know he's the one that used to be in that kind of life. And now it's what he's got a target on him. Is he hiding? Probably, but he's sitting where he lives. I don't think they're going to go and find him because anyone can live where he's living. Let's just face it. But he said, and I do agree, if it's your time, it's your time. And he's really not afraid to die. Am I afraid to die? No, not really, but it depends what day. If I don't have a good day, then that's it. I fear because I'll be like, is anyone after me? Of course, it would be my mental illness, but right now they're not. Scientology is not after me because guess what? I did not protest them yet. And there's not too many Scientology buildings out here. There's only about 2 or 3 at the most. One in one county that I live in, and then other one is in another town. They're in 2 separate towns. Now, in one town, they have 11 members, but in the other town, they only have about they only have about 2 or 3 in the other town. So it's not much. Do I really want to protest? I guess eventually, but I would never know. I would never, ever know. Now, do I want that drilling to stop? Not really, because I want my hot water. I want to shower again. I can't keep going to my brothers and sister-in-law's house to shower. I don't want to stink. But I do not want to stink. So I don't want to stop the drilling at all because I want my hot water. I can't be boiling the hot water forever. So I'm just going to let the drilling continue, and I'll still be here with you to talk to you. Okay, let me see here. All right, there. And now, am I getting 1,000 watch hours? No. No, but it's also up to you guys too. Now, I should have. Now, let me think here. Now, you know what? I got to be on that directory, so I am just going to find out how. All right. Am I into gossip? You know what? Maybe. But let me tell you, everybody gossips. Nobody's immune from it. Whether they say good things or bad things, it's still gossip. And it doesn't matter what the church says. Because guess what? I think they're doing it. If they said you shouldn't accept gays and lesbians, or gays and lesbians this, or gays and lesbians that, or this religion is this, or this religion is that, and or this religion's not good, or this is not good. Guess what? You are still gossiping. Is it an opinion? Probably. Because anything I think that comes out of your mouth is an opinion. So some things are opinions, and you know what? The world changes every day, so you never know what's next. So, is there such thing as psychics? I believe in them. It's their God's given right, but should they charge for services? Because guess what? It's a gift. You shouldn't use it to charge people. But if you want to do it, I'm not going to stop you. So go ahead. And do Christian witches exist? Yes. It's all over YouTube. Should they actually be demonized? Not all of them are demons. No, they're not all evil. Now, okay. All right. Now, not each and every witch is evil. Of course, I'll come up with an episode like that. But guess what? I'm going to talk to all the churches right now. Your census are going down. Your church is declining. So guess what? You have to stop doing what you're doing. Whatever it is you're doing wrong, stop doing that, and you'll get your church attendance back. Meaning, stop saying that the LGBTQ community and all witches are evil. They're not all evil. Half of them, okay, granted. Some of them practice the art of dark magic, and that's evil. Some of them use their practice for good purposes, not evil ones. And as for the LGBTQ community, start accepting them. Because some of them are good people. And you have no right saying horrible things. You can't say in 1 minute to be accepted towards other people when you don't accept the other half. Now, that is not right. Accept everybody. And accept everybody that's coming into your church. And you can't some of these churches are actually keeping them out. That's not right. That's how they are declining. That's the way I look at it. Now, I got one person saying that all witches are demonic. Well, I'm not going to reveal that name yet. And there are other two that I saw that actually mentioned that they are evil. Not all witches are evil. So get that through your head, okay? The ones that are practicing the art of dark magic, yes, they're evil. Granted. All right. It has to depend what your intentions are. So guess what? Start accepting things. But if they do something wrong and you know they're okay, throw them out of the church because they do deserve it. And they're being very peaceful. Accept them. Okay. I got a big red one. Now, each and every color in the rainbow tells about a person's personality. Red is for energy. And blue, I think it's for sadness, and yellow's for brightness. I mean, each and every color tells about a person. Black stands for power. Does it stand for negativity? It could. But black has tendency to have power to it. That's why you find priests with black outfits. I don't know what they call it, but that stands for power. And they had that little white thing in the middle. I don't know what's that, a collar of some kind. I don't know what they call it. But do I keep up with it? Yes, I have to, because that's my community. I'm an Armenian, of course. So I have to, eventually I will go on seasons and the holidays. The holidays are coming up, so I'm definitely going to go. And if there's an event, I will go. But I'm not going to go all the time. I want to do everything myself. I want to do all my blessings myself. Do I want to read the Bible? Yeah, eventually, I guess. But guess what? I'm not very big on reading books. I should, but I just don't. And if I do read it, I stop right in the middle. I am just not good with keeping up with reading a book. That's why I went back to school in the first place. That's one. And to prove my life, that's two. And I do want to work in the school system. It doesn't really matter if I'm an aide, and that's what I will be. If that's the okay. Now, okay. Now, am I going to work? Am I going to get college students to volunteer and help me? Yes, then I'm going to write all the good things they did for. I'll highly recommend them for a job and tell them all the good things they did, and that will help them get it. I'll write a letter saying that they were very helpful. They will be good professionals. That's what I want to do in life. Okay. Do I want my family involved? If I need help, I'll go and get it. If I don't, well then I will. But right now, they want to run everything in my life, and they shouldn't do that. So I'm going to do something by myself. So I'm not going to tell them about it. If they find out about it on the web, well, then that's the way it goes. Are they on it, practically watching it? I don't think so. Are they going to run into it? Maybe. Maybe eventually. But guess what? I've been on since March, so it's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. It's been 8 months now. So, okay. And do I feel like sometimes that I'm talking to a wall? Yes, sometimes I do, but I do get one person, but it doesn't look like they all come on to my chat. It looks like people come on later. That's the way it goes. So, and in the future, careers are going to be a little bit more different. It's going to be more like a hobby. They're going to have more hobbies in the future, and that would be their jobs. It's going to be more hobbies in the future, but right now, it's not like that. Are they going to have college and universities? You know what? That's probably up in the air. Do I see it? You know what? That's different. So let me see here. Okay, it doesn't look like he's here. So now I know we're not handling I'm trying not to be a hypocrite with the realities of reality TV and go do that. If I end up doing that, then I'll be frustrated with myself. But you know what? Everyone's a hypocrite. No one's immune from them. So that's just it. Okay. Am I poor? Yes. But guess what? That's just the way it goes. If your journey tells you you're going to be poor, you're going to be poor. But yeah, I can earn my way out of it. So, is Fluffer Squirrel doing a good job putting in people in our SBTV space? No, she's not. And there are people on there that are not saying a thing about Scientology. In fact, half the things that are on there have nothing to do with Scientology. Hopefully she'll change it and do a better job. But right now she's not doing a good job at all. So I'm not going to have the infighting. That's not my intent, but I'm going to call it out as I see it. Okay. Do I want to get into a fight with her? No, I don't. So that's just the way it goes. Now I got limited buttons. So do I want everybody to come on to my side? Of course. Everybody wants that. And I tried to get on the SBTV space. She's not taking me. And I keep talking about Scientology, but she doesn't see it. You know what? Things like that happen all the time. And we to control other people. Now, I came across one site. Am I going to click onto that YouTube site on that YouTube channel? I don't know, because they said it looks like they're saying now that Catholic is. No, you can't do that. You know all Catholics. Not all of them are evil. Get to know the character first before making a conclusion. That goes with Buddhism, Hinduism, any religion. Don't just say one thing and then just do another. That's not right. If you want to be accepted, you can't have it both ways. That's why people are not coming into your church. But you know what? Our parents told us while growing up, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Oh, I'm going to shut all the holes. All right, there we go. Got that closed up. All right. Well, how long has it been? 1 minute and 15. I'll wait till it goes to 30. I'm going to play this one by ear. So if I come on a little later, who knows? But I'm going to have the guy's going to come in and out all day. My landlord, my brother, he said that's going to happen. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And if you hear noises in the background, guess what? Sorry, guys, I'm not going to stop it. Because guess what? I want my hot water back. So that's just the way it goes. So sorry, everybody. And now, do I cook? Only twice. And if it's 3 times, it's not going to be that often. Because guess what? My kitchen is messy enough. So if I cook, I'll invite you guys in. And if something goes on with one thing, I'm going to turn it into another. Because guess what? If you don't do it, it's a waste. And nowadays, you cannot waste. Because if you throw away food, now they have proof that food actually puts holes into the ozone layer. So I am trying my best to get a food compactor, a small one, to actually get rid of all the food. And they do have some food compactors that actually turns into dirt and they put it back into the earth, which is not such a bad idea. So okay. Now let's see. I think I'm gonna use blue now. Okay. And then I think it's going to go on to 1, and then I'll be back maybe at 5 or 6. Okay. Or maybe 4:45. I might be a little late, so don't be in shock that I am. So, okay. Yeah, I'm going to put in. Yeah, I think I'll put in the green because I haven't touched green in a while, and then I'll put in the blue. Okay, so I'll put the big one in. All right, here we go. You know what? Art therapy really soothes you, and it's so great. Now, guess what? I'm not a therapist. So don't even look at me as one either. But I do have everything at the link below, so go to them. And if you need help, go to the link down below. And of course, I did not put any of the clubhouses in the links below, and I should. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, everybody who's in the Ohio area, this Fountain House and Magnolia Clubhouse. And there is a Clubhouse International. One's in Florida where Aaron is. It's called Clubhouse Coalition. Now, they do help find jobs, but however, that's what SPTV does. And they also put your roof over your head. Do they actually help you look for a place? Yes. But actually, they have activities and then an excellent recovery program. So, am I recovering? You know what? It's not a cure. There's no cure out there for bipolar, for any mental illness. There's just treatment. And not only I'm going to have an advocacy programming on YouTube. I'm also going to have information for you too. Do I actually know how to go about it? I do the best I can. I just go with what I know, and I know NAMI has an excellent program and getting in touch with you at a mental health facility if you need it. But then the other half of the time, I don't know how to actually go and pursue it. But you know what? I'm weird that way. And it's in an insult when Tom Cruise called psychology pseudoscience. It's not true. L. Ron Hubbard is the pseudoscience. First of all, he doesn't have a medical degree, and he dropped out of college. So no, he is the pseudoscience. And that wasn't even his major. He was an engineer major. So he is the pseudoscience. So don't even listen to the things they say. They don't know what they're talking about. Proud of my nieces and nephews. So great. I'm just having an awesome time having my own channel. And I call my show Animal on a Corner because I have the huge love of animals. I am an avid animal lover. I'm a vegetarian more than a vegan. Now, do I want to be a vegan? Well, yes and no. I mean, I would like to be a vegan, but let's face it, it's just too expensive. I do try the best I can. So I'm more of a vegetarian than a vegan, but I do try and go in that direction. But everything is so expensive and everything's going up in costs. Now $1 is just worthless. But guess what? It's still being used. But yesterday it was 75 cents. Now today it's $1. That's how ridiculous it is. But you know what? Save up every dollar, every change you got, save it up. And if you don't need to spend money, then don't. Don't even bother spending it. That's how you save. That's how you get more things. Just don't go out on a wild spree. You don't need to spend money. Don't. That's the way I look at it. Now that I'm older, I'm realizing that. But when I was younger, no, I did a little shopping in my time. But you know what? Save. Because guess what? You're going to eventually get older. You're going to be old and gray. And you can sometimes go into a nursing home. But yeah. So it looks like when I turn 80 or 90, I probably will go to, but of course, that's like 20 to 30 years away. So I'm not going to even, yeah, 50. But when I'm 70, no, I'm going to keep up. That's just the way it goes. So we all get older, and that's what we're all going to do. So I'm going to paint more of these, and that's what I want to do. Right. Am I going to come up with my own YouTube space? Possibly, maybe. If I want that to happen, So today is my art therapy day. So it was supposed to be yesterday, but I was detained. So that's just the way it was. So, and usually it will be on Friday. So that's the thing. Yeah. Do I want to be jealous? No. Because guess what? I'm proud of everybody that's on the SPTV network, except for Fluffer Squirrel. She knows what she's doing wrong. She's excluding some people whether they talk about science when they talk about Scientology. She doesn't actually have it. She's okay. Yes, there are people who are talking about Scientology. And that's what they're there for. But guess what? She's even putting things on there that have nothing to do with Scientology. She should do a better job. And now I gotta be honest with you. Yes, I do want to be on there, but at the same time, she's not putting me on there. Is she doing it with everybody else? Might be possible. I don't know. Am I upset that she's not putting me on there? Yes. Now, I'm not going to say horrible things about her. I don't know her as a person. So, and I have another project that I'm going to have everybody who's in the SPTV community in there. So I have to really start small and have maybe like a small box full and see how it turns out because my funds are limited. Am I going to have Fluffer Squirrel on there? No way. She doesn't have me on that SPTV site. I won't have her in my project. I'm not going to say what it is. So that's just it. So once she actually has me on there, then yeah, I am going to be on there. I am just having so much fun. And this is what's all about. Having fun. Maybe you get money out of it. And could it be into a career? In spirit, you can make it in as a career. But at the same time, if you're not making any money, it's okay. All right, now let's see. I'll put one more color, and then that'll be enough. It's on hour and 30 minutes, so I'm going to have to bring this to a close. I'll put the green on, and then that'll be it. And then I'll come back later on. And there we go. All right. Okay, well then that's it. You know the drill. Hit the like, press subscribe, and I'm gonna work on buying me a coffee. So I'm gonna have to play by ear. So see you later on.